More cats to you.
These men are so upset that I refuse to go out on a date and pay. While you're worried about a $30 bill, I'm worried that you're gonna Ted Bundy my ass.
I'm a 38-year-old woman. So when I make videos talking about I don't want to date a man who's homeless or unemployed or somebody that I have to help pay their bills, it's because, sweetheart, I do expect men over 45 years old to have their stuff together. Okay, that really needed to be said because I'm really getting tired of some of y'all jumping up in my mentions as if I'm talking about 22-year-old men. I'm a 38-year-old woman. Yes, I'm not dating a 40-year-old bum. Thank you.
The only option left for you will be a 45-year-old man without resources. Clearly, you're on the same level with them. So you can't be asking for more than that. The only men that you deserve are men without resources. Because they don't have so much options. You clearly don't have so many options.
You're telling me I have to wait till I get married to someone to live my life?
Because the moment you were born, you were a liability. You were born to be controlled because if you acted or thunk or lived life and made mistakes, that liability would not be able to pass on to the next person who was your husband. You were bred to be given away. That is your purpose. And that's why when parents say things like, when you get married, you can do whatever you want, it's because you are no longer their liability. Then the next person's liability is your husband. You are his and his family's. And then you can do whatever you want because they don't have to be answerable for your actions. Within the South Asian culture, we do not have an identity past a mother, a daughter, a wife, a grandmother. We are not seen as people within independent vessels. We take on the identity of being subservient to someone else at all times, and that is our purpose. This is one of the reasons why your mom was never able to leave her marriage, is because who am I if I am not a mother? Who am I if I am not a wife? If my husband doesn't provide for me, I can provide for me. These mental handcuffs, which I like to call in therapy the golden handcuffs, is what preserves us like this, because it is so inbred from generation to generation that we cannot survive on our own. We cannot make mistakes. We cannot be anything else but the identity that has been given to us. And if we don't act accordingly, we are not right. There's something wrong. We are a risk. That's why women get married off so early within the South Asian community. Initially, I know this is not that much of a thing right now, but it's still happening. It's because don't let her form an identity. Don't let her form an opinion. Don't let her get too much education. Because if all of these things happen, you can no longer control her. Welcome to intergenerational trauma.
I am going to be 30 in October, so that means that I would have been single for 12 years.
Whoa.
The last boyfriend I had was when I just turned 18, and I don't know anyone else that's been in this situation before that's never had a boyfriend throughout their 20s. That means never going on holiday with anyone, living with anyone, introducing anyone to my parents or my family. I've just never done it, and I don't know if there's a beauty in that or if there's a bit that I'm kind of missing throughout my whole 20s.
How about the one night stands? You won't mention about that.
But I wanted to add the extra layer of complexity that having low self-esteem, anxious attachment styles, suffering with anxiety, suffering with low mood, how that contributes to dating and how that contributes to me staying single or anyone staying single. I think that it's really nerve-wracking going on a date. And if it's psyching yourself up to go on a date, it's really nerve-wracking speaking to someone new. It's really nerve-wracking if it's something that you don't practice a lot and go out a lot. Then you put a lot of stock in going on a date and meeting that person or talking to that person. And I definitely do that. And I'm like, do I really want to let anyone in to my perfect little peace bubble that I have here? No, not really. But then I'm also like, I don't want to be alone forever. I want to have kids. I'm not bothered about getting married, but I'd like to have a partner. I'd like to live with someone. I'd like to build a life with someone. Letting people in and letting them into like your perfect world, the world you're in, is a big deal when you don't do it very often. And so that fear of being hurt, rejected, and it happens. Not everyone that you meet and that you likes you back. And I think it's that fear that obviously holds anxious people and people with low self-esteem or whatever back, because they've been hurt, they've been scorned, and they don't want to do it again. I saw a video of someone talking about being single throughout your 20s or being single for a long period of time, and she summed it up so well, is the fact that you are okay being single and you don't want to be in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. Like, I'm not that type of person where I need to have that validation constantly. And it's all about feeling happy and healthy within yourself, isn't it? And making sure that you've got a good relationship with yourself and getting through the mental health days, the bad days, the good days. I do want to be in a relationship, but I don't want to be in a relationship for the sake of it, is what I'm trying to get at. And having anxiety, suffering with your mental health just adds that extra layer of complexity.
Oh, you're gonna need more cards. If you don't have any cards, you better start buying cards, because your situation is gonna be hard to be fixed.
Ladies of TikTok, I have a question. Do you think we are being unrealistic by the demands that we place on men in society? Because, like, I know this white girl, right? She married and she pays the bills because her man doesn't make enough. And she said that because I pay the bills, I'm not coming home to clean the house. So basically, he is responsible for maintaining the house because he doesn't make enough money. And she seems content with the fact that she pays for most things. So I'm wondering, are the rest of us being unrealistic? And is this man still in his masculine energy by allowing his wife to pay his way in life?
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Okay. Do you think dating gets easier for you as you age?
Oh my God, no. Actually, no. It seems the opposite. In high school, it was so easy. Dude, when you get older and you move to a new town or wherever, and only people you see is at work and the grocery store, you're like, shit, how do I meet people?
How do you feel about sex before marriage?
Yes, but if you're in a relationship, for me at least. Okay. I'm at a stage now where I want more commitment and someone serious rather than just someone just gonna hit it and quit it. Not a fan of that anymore.
So why do you start?
You've played enough, you've racked up a higher body count, and now you want somebody who's serious? Who's serious? None of them have been serious with you, and you wanna hold somebody at ransom that you have to be serious with me? Congratulations, you're gonna need more cards.
Making men wait until you are in a relationship.
Because I want to see that you actually want me for me, not just my body.
Did those men make you feel like you were just being tossed around?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Quite literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much time do we have? Do we have 2 hours?
No.
Or like 2 minutes?
Subscribe to my channel and thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one.